So, Smackdown tonight. Smackdown was tonight. This is Friday night, and our beautiful, beautiful selves are missing all of our beauty sleep.
Yeah.
To stay up and record and talk to you guys about all this fun stuff. So the show opens with a Taker tribute, which pretty much lasts the entire show.
Almost, or at least half.
Intermixed throughout the entire show was various Taker tributes.
Yeah,
They tried to make
thank you, Taker. Yeah, thank you for everything.
Rest in peace. No, he's not dead.
He's
It's
not
appropriate
dead.
still because he's still the Undertaker.
Yeah, I mean, although it fits, I mean,
Rest in peace to the character.
I think so. At least for now. I mean, we never know if he's gonna come back or not.
Bring back Mean Mark Callis. Or Booger Red. If you're going to come back as a character, bring back Booger Red. I want to see Ginger Mark Calloway with his Rob Halford spiky
I don't think we're gonna see
gauntlet
Ginger.
on.
You know, guys, kind of great.
I can't believe that old Percy Pringle got away with calling him Windy for 20, 30 years of their friendship. Oh, yes! Windy! We gotta go to stage! Oh!
Yeah, you gotta be friends when you do that.
Fucking Paul Bear. Like, how did that voice not get annoying after a while?
Oh, I bet it was.
I had an aunt who talked like that. Oh, hi, guys!
I bet it was, but I mean, when you're getting paid for it, it's never.
You're getting paid for it. So after our initial tribute, we show clips, and throughout the night, we're going to keep showing clips of Undertaker and interviews. Little short interviews. I say interviews. It's mostly just little short talking heads.
And tributes and all that.
So, and to start off the night, they kick off with the Boneyard match. And it was just as good the second time around. I enjoyed myself the second time around. And I think it was a great idea to put that, to broadcast that on
His last match.
Well,
but yeah,
I think it was a good idea to I mean, they're basically at this point in time trying to convince Fox to keep him. Fox spent a lot of money, but the ratings haven't been, I don't think, stellar. I don't have to go check that, but so putting that match on there, it's one of the best produced matches they have, or as far as like their movie quality matches.
yeah, it was, and
it was still fun to watch.
Yeah, I was happy to see the American Badass back.
I was never the biggest fan of that gimmick because I like the scary Taker, but I love the Undertaker so much he could come out. As I've said before in one of my articles, he could come out with like a apron on and baked goods and call himself the Underbaker, and I would still watch it. Like I would still, enjoy every little bit of it.
I could watch Undertaker playing John Cena and still love it. Like I don't mean John Cena now. I mean John Cena word life. All
These
that.
muffins need to rest in peace so that the bread can rise. All right, sorry. Rest with yeast. All right, so Boneyard match, more Taker tribute. And honestly, at that point in time, I thought the whole night was just gonna be Undertaker tributes, which I thought was gonna make this review super easy. Be like, Taker's great. See you next week.
No.
Then we had King Corbin come out.
And, of course, you're going to have your heel with this one. For everybody that says, oh, I love Taker, you got to say you got to have someone say, oh, no, to hell with this guy.
I don't dislike Baron Corbin, but he's got like the line delivery of Gavin Rossdale and Constantine. Finger licking good. Like, telling you, I don't like this guy. He thinks that head nodding is a way of acting and being sincere. Like, if you do this, it's going to really convey what you mean sincerely.
That is a great Keanu Reeves.
Like, just that stilted line delivery. That's my problem with Corbin. That and his like belly button that stretches across his entire stomach really weirds me out. Like, I'm expecting that if he leans back far enough, you're just going to see teeth. And then that belly button will swallow you whole. Like, and not just your flesh either. Like, that thing will consume your soul and your very essence of being. Like, that is the yawning, howling void that I see in my nightmares is Baron Corbin's belly button. Anyway, so Corbin's out next, talks trash because we have to have a villain for our Taker tribute night. So he talked crap about Taker. And then Jeff Hardy of all people.
Yeah. And, Baron Corbin was the right guy for it.
Yeah, because he's obnoxious and you want to hate him already. So.
Yeah.
And Hardy, of all people, come out to make the save, which
I mean, someone who's been in the ring with Taker and everything.
Yeah, they did have that championship match back in the day. That was,
and that's still someone in the WWE still that has had a match with Taker. So, that's had a legendary match with Taker at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess by default, I mean, you're not going to call. I guess you could call Glenn Jacobs, but he's too busy, handling, Yeah. Oh, sorry, edit that. We can't say the name of the virus on here.
Oh, okay.
Glenn Jacobs is too busy handling Takate virus.
Whatever
outbreaks.
it is,
Illness outbreaks.
Political things.
Is that political? It's a disease. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid. All right. Obviously, the alcohol is getting to me.
Yes.
Who turned on all these lights? Whose idea was this?
Yours.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. All right. So first up, we had
Next up,
we had the Fatal 4-Way for the number one contendership for the women's championship. We had Dana Brooke.
Women's championship.
We had Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross.
Dana Brooke with them guns too, man.
Oh yeah.
And it's like
beautiful.
It's like I said before, it's not a romantic thing. I just want her to hold me and make me feel safe with those giant arms. Like
I bet she will.
She could just.
I bet she could.
I want her to swaddle me, just wrap me up in the blanket, put me in a papoose, and then carry me through the ring, while she's doing her flexing and her handstand or jump thing, and I'll just fall asleep hearing her heartbeat while she does all that.
Oh, I bet.
Content on my.
Yes.
And all right, that's enough of that. Don't get.
Yeah.
Copyright.
But yeah, these women out here, they killed it. They killed it, man. It was a good match overall.
It was a really good match. Lacey Evans is coming along.
She is.
She's a lot of fun to watch. Her physique and her stature, I think, will make her. She
definitely has a future.
Well, yeah, it's comparable to Charlotte's though. She's built very much like Charlotte. It seems like to me, as far as her height and everything go. And so those two together, I think, would put on a very good, very believable, Hoss match almost for the women's division. I guess the Hosses are Tamina and Nia Jax, but at the same time, as far as physically imposing, strong Amazonian-looking women in the WWE goes, Charlotte and Lacey are right there. They got the tall, statuesque look to it, and they're solidly built, and just.
And yes, Lacey has the body, and all of that. Yes,
I'm saying these similar structures. Watch we were talking about earlier. Watch Bobby, Brock, and all those the big dudes go at each other. It's the same thing with I want to see some of the bigger women fight, get Jazzy Gabbert and Nia Jax and Tamina, but you've got these basically would look like Greek goddesses in Evans and Flair,
absolutely.
Just the peak of physical perfection, just going at each other. Not that the other women on the roster are in shape, or even more. Everyone in that freaking roster is in shape. I got no reason to talk about anyone being in shape. It's just they're so much they are so much more physically imposing than most of the other women on the roster.
They are. But Nikki wins by a roll up.
Yeah, the roll up, the old faithful roll up there.
Oh yeah.
I wish the WWE would decide what level of kayfabe they want to commit to, and then just stick with it. If you want to make it all pure, just bloody weird fiction, a world that Bray Wyatt can exist in, that's fine. But if you want it to try and be like sports entertainment, where you're getting your news reported as if it's a real event on ESPN, which is silly to me. ESPN reporting the results from pay-per-views, because I get it. It's sports entertainment. It's still entertainment. It's like ESPN reporting the results from Friends. Which is the other thing. That's one of the arguments back in the day when people wrestling's fake, and I'm the people in Friends aren't actually friends. They don't hang out in a coffee shop.
No.
I know. It blows your mind. You're stupid for thinking they did.
Oh, but yeah, that was great. But yeah, I'm glad to see.
It was a good match with a disappointing ending.
You think so?
Not the result so much of Nikki Cross winning, because I would. But again, Nikki Cross isn't going to win the championship off Bayley. It's a transitional. All these people who are coming up for the number one contender spot are all just they're throwaways for this next pay per view. They really are. Like none of it.
You never know. They might throw in a surprise on you.
Maybe, but I doubt it. And I like
maybe a big swerve.
Ultimately, when you see two people go into a match, when you're trying to predict who's going to win, the most important question you always need to ask yourself is, who is more marketable? Do you see Nikki Cross carrying the face of the female being the female face of this company?
Maybe with a little more
the
growth.
way Becky Lynch was.
Maybe with a little more growth. Like growth and being used the right way.
Sure, but we ain't here yet. And she's got one of those Scottish accents that you can barely even understand. Like it's not like Drew where it's kind of like sexy and roguish, like that Sean Connery sort of Scottish accent. No. It's like it gets like the Robin Williams drunk Scottish accent. Then the boss else in the action, yeah. All right, sure, I fucking hell, yeah, right, yeah. Oh, you're a bastard, you fucking hell.
Yeah.
What's the old bit? He says like they have a few drinks, they have a vowel movement, and everything just comes out at once. Hey, you. Sometimes why? But
all right.
God rest your soul, Robin Williams, you funny, funny man, and quite frankly, you are the only genie. Sorry, Fresh Prince. That's how I feel.
I'm not gonna make a comment.
Oh, did you like Big Willie style as Big Genie style?
No, I mean, I thought that was great, but we could talk about that on another segment.
All right, well, fair enough. Yeah, I actually haven't seen it. I'm just giving him crap. I watched the Beauty and the Beast one, the first one that came out, and was like, oh, this is exciting. And then they kept making more live action movies, and I was like, okay, the novelty's worn off.
Yeah, we had the 8-man tag match next up with Lucha House Party, New Day, Kofi and Big E, along with Cesaro, Nakamura, Miz, and Morrison.
Now, I get Shinsuke, Cesaro, I get the heels all together, but it's like they challenged the New Day to a tag team match. Like, crap, find us a face tag team. We got nothing. Oh, someone grabbed Lucha off of WWE Saturday Night or Main Event, or someone grabbed Lucha House Party off Main Event or whatever show they're moonlighting on.
I mean, and it was a good match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anytime Lucha House Party's on screen, which, is not enough, they just blow the roof off the joint.
They do.
Which, is unfortunate because no one watching in the crowd seems to give a rat's a, but, they're just...
I mean, I was a little down on the Lucha House Party rules matches and all that they used to do with the Revival.
It's because we don't know what Lucha rules are.
Yeah.
I mean, the average WWE fan's got no idea what a Lucha rule match is,
But they are a great tag team.
Oh, yeah. Amazing tag. Who's
Dorado and Metalik.
Who else is in that one? It's what's his face?
Metalik.
No. Who's the one who was in the other one with Sin Cara? The little dude that I thought was Rey Mysterio forever until I realized it wasn't. Kalisto. There you go. As soon as I said the one we thought was Rey Mysterio but wasn't, you knew exactly who it was. Oh, poor Kalisto. You figure, because he could have been the second coming for Rey. He got the same skill set, same size.
His way to the soul was amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just,
Vince doesn't like pushing little guys.
Nope. And he was also coming up during the time of Ryback, and they were trying to make Ryback the WWE's Goldberg, which wasn't going to happen because Ryback is legitimately a... Don't kill me. Don't eat me, Ryback. Don't eat my heart live from my ribcage while it's still beating, because I imagine that's the kind of thing you do on the weekend.
Just calling on everybody.
But yeah, we had Big E start off with the Miz.
Mm-hmm.
Big E looked strong, looked great. Miz, did what he's supposed to do.
The most unbelievable thing about this whole Miz Morrison thing is that Miz is trying to act like a rocker with Boris and come out to that acid rock 60s music. And there's no way that the Miz listens to the Doors or acid rock. Miz is at home with cucumbers on his eyes in his bathtub, listening to John Tesh or John Mayer or one of the other Johns you put on when you don't have any balls.
I feel like Miz secretly wants to be a rapper. Think about look at all the stuff he's done that involved him rapping. He battled R-Truth. He tried to do a rap battle with R-Truth, and then he tagged with R-Truth, and as Awesome Truth, and he tried rapping then, and now he's doing the whole hey ho ho, and they're making rap songs at that.
The only street that the Miz would have any cred on is Sesame. All right. So we had the Lucha House Party pretty much steal the show during this match.
They did. Cesaro and Cesaro, Nakamura, Big E, Kofi, they start brawling out to the back. And
Shinsuke's on vacation.
You think so?
Shinsuke is treating his WWE career like a vacation from New Japan. He doesn't care if he wins, he doesn't care if he loses, as long as he gets a paycheck and a chance to go surf and heal his body up for when he goes back to New Japan.
I really just think like they're just doing what they want them to do.
They captured there was electricity in the air anytime his music hit. When he came out, it was special. Anytime you got to see Shinsuke, it was special. Remember, anytime I got to see him, it was a big deal just to see him come out because his movements. I was enthralled with every step he made to the ring, every move he made in the ring. That match with him and Sami Zayn when he first got here, beautiful. And then he got to the main roster, and now he's hanging out with Cesaro and Sami Zayn's running around like that little dog from like Looney Tunes, like, we're friends, aren't we? Yeah, we're friends, aren't we? Yeah.
And then once it was between Miz and Morrison and the Lucha House Party, great high spots. A lot of electrifying moves.
More Morrison, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to watch Morrison versus any of those dudes all day. Morrison versus Grand Metalik. I'm doing that terribly.
And Grand Metalik actually got the pin on the Miz via flying elbow.
Let's just take a second to. Well done. I didn't see it coming. Were you surprised? I was surprised.
I was surprised. I was amazed. Like everything. Like it was amazing.
I was very
loved
surprised.
it. I loved it.
I did too. It was an interesting booking choice. It was a surprise booking choice, but it wasn't a booking choice that wasn't a swerve for the sake of a swerve. And one of those things that doesn't make sense in the storyline.
But that's telling us there's hope after all.
You know, for as much as we complain about WWE burying people, they will bury someone for years and years and years. And as long as you stay on the roster, they may pull a Jinder Mahal with you one day and decide you're going to be the champion just because they have to get the demographic for whatever you represent taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be in India. We have an Indian wrestler? Yeah, but we've been burying for 3 years. Make him the champion. Do we need to build up? No. What's that? Just make him the champion. But no, the Grand Metalik getting the finish was great. And then Lince Dorado hitting that Hurricane Rana to Morrison from the ring to the floor.
From the ring apron to the turnbuckle to the floor. Yes.
Turnbuckle to ring apron to floor.
Yes.
That was fun to watch. Morrison was taking it because Morrison knows how to sell that lucha offense, man.
Yes, he does.
So,
all right, so
it's good. It'll be good. I hope they do more, and I hope that I don't know what the results of this match are going to be or what's going to come of it or if anything was at stake, but hopefully we get to see more Lucha House Party. I'm not just going to put a bug up Miz and Morrison's butt, and so they're going to challenge him next week and they're going to beat him because 50-50 booking or whatever. But
yeah, but okay,
it'll be. I mean, I see they go from here. I'm curious.
I'm curious too.
I'm hopeful they get something out of it. All right, so finally,
the main event.
Yeah, and I know it seems like there's not a lot going on with Smackdown tonight because we've had 3 matches, but you gotta remember, in between everything has been just
Taker segments and maybe a promo, whatever.
And what are we gonna say about Taker that hasn't been said already?
Exactly.
Did you know he doesn't like cucumbers? Yeah, you do. If you're a wrestling fan, you do.
Yeah.
We don't need to go into it. Mark Calloway is the greatest wrestler of all time. Fight me. Not Taker, just you if you disagree. Not Taker. Don't beat me up, Mark. Please don't beat me up. These people live in Texas. I need to watch my mouth. I'm going to knock on the door and it's going to be Dustin Runnels. He's just going to hit me in the nose and leave.
All right. Last but not least, the main event, Jeff Hardy and King Corbin.
this was, the only reason we had this match tonight was just so we could have a bad guy for the Taker tribute night and someone to beat up as a focal point. And the whole match was just leading up to the end of it, where everyone, smacked around Corbin and then did their little Taker tribute thing.
Yeah, but
Corbin
Corbin looked good. He looked strong. I liked how he looked in this match. I'll say that.
Did you notice how all the wrestlers just appeared at ringside during a commercial break? There was no it was just poof, they were there.
Yeah, after the commercial,
no explanation.
Wow, right there.
Maybe there was one. I just missed it. I don't know, but yeah, I thought that was odd that just all the faces showed up. The heels couldn't be bothered either. The heels were no, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
And some of those heels just
I did what I had to do. I'm taking the rest of the night off.
Yeah, we're fine. Screw this guy. He's on his own. But I guess that makes sense in the terms of heels. They're all out they're supposed to be out for themselves, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was weird that Braun was there at first, because he's the champion. Shouldn't he have a little mystique around him? Shouldn't be out there being a lumberjack, You didn't have Bray Wyatt out there being a lumberjack.
It's the guy that's defending avenging Taker over the guy that's disrespecting him and mocking him.
Well, I was to say, we get into that. We get to why Braun was there later, because after the match was over, Jeff actually wins clean, which was a surprise. Funky.
Especially because how bad he was getting beaten there.
Well, yeah, if you're going to keep Corbin strong, you make him win the whole match up until the last 5 seconds. I would then let Jeff hit his moves real quick.
Yeah, Jeff hit his move. Then Corbin came back with the attack. But that's when the rest of the guys that were surrounding the ring. Sorry.
Well, Kofi tries first, then Kofi gets laid out, which was really kind of crappy for Kofi. The man was a champion, and he should be still treated as championship quality, a main eventer, and not just some chump to get slapped around. But to be fair, E comes in, and E gets the big ending on him, which is a weird move, but
hey, it works.
To be fair, though, I thought the Sister Abigail was awfully bizarre the first time I saw it. It took a while for that to grow on me. It's this doesn't look like it would hurt anybody. It's you're just rolling casually with somebody.
Yeah.
Let me hold you and then just roll you gently onto the mat over here. I don't know. What are they? What's that called technically? A rolling flatliner?
Yeah, flatliner.
A rolling flatliner or something like that?
That's exactly what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's called.
Thank you, WWE 2K Games. Just hold this as long as you can until we get an endorsement. Actually, I don't want to endorse the new 2K game. It sucks. Anyway. All right, so, Braun gets his piece after Big E, and then the original bro, Matt Riddle, which, by the way, if I'm older than Matt Riddle, I'm going to challenge that claim to original bro. Just saying.
Yeah, but everybody's a bro, aren't they?
I don't know,
bro is like the dude. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes.
I'm not Mr. Lebowski, man. I'm the dude, or his dudeness, or El Duderino, if you're not into the whole brevity thing. Sorry, I'm being like every other obnoxious white man my age, and quoting Big Lebowski unnecessarily and without reason. Okay, so that was it for SmackDown. Again, not much to it.
They ended with a tribute with Taker.
Little tribute, everyone on the ring looking at the picture of Taker doing his thing. No, what you think?
Like I said, it was good, the tribute to Taker and everything, because he has done a lot for WWE and for the wrestling business in general. So he earned that tribute. He definitely earned that tribute.
Yeah.
But you couldn't have that long of a show just being Taker. You had to have some wrestling in it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm sorry, sports entertainment.
I honestly don't think it was enough. As far as a send-off, they need to do something more for Taker as far as a send-off. He needs more than just some clips on a SmackDown. The dude, more than Hulk Hogan, more than Ric Flair, more than anybody else, he has been the mainstay of the WWE since 1989.
Yeah,
and I haven't had I said I'd stop watching wrestling when he stopped wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was always my promise to myself, that I would stop watching wrestling whenever he stopped. And unfortunately, I took a 10-year hiatus watching wrestling because he kept going. I'm I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But now I'm coming back and Taker's done, and it's just sad, man. It's truly the end of an era, and an era that it's one of those things that you knew academically would always end, but you
Yeah.
never really expected to see it end.
It's
Your childhood died.
yeah,
The part of your childhood died.
yeah.
Look, we're trying to have a moment over here, Caden, all right? Don't come in here with your weird psychological platitudes about childhoods dying or me being brokenhearted and a shallow wreck of a human being who spends most of his night crying into his Undertaker earned foam finger that I got from 1992. Okay? Don't you throw those accusations at me like I am the broken wreck of a man who paints his face like Paul Bear every night and weeps like this. Don't throw those accusations at me, sir. All right? They're unfounded, and I won't sit here and listen to it. Allegedly. All right, now on to news and notes of the week, where we like to review some of the bigger stories from the week and talk about some of the issues going on in the wrestling industry. And I know that you wanted to talk about one of the first things we were discussing this week that you said you really want to talk about was the hashtag Speak Out movement. This is where we get all serious, and I don't make jokes anymore.
Yeah, like because I mean it's really sad how in the industry like males and females like all the like the Speak Out movement was part for people that experienced any kind of sexual assault or abuse or rape, anything like that. They went through with it, but in this kind of business, like, well, let's just say not everybody's clean cut in this business, unfortunately, and
Well, I don't think most people in this business are clean cut. Like it's been a business that's thrived on an old boy mentality and a hate. It's like in order to be accepted into it, you have to take your hazing.
but yeah, and unfortunately, like sexual assault and all that, it came to some of these women and men and everything that came to this business, and you tell anybody you'll never have this career or anything like that, and this is a dream for everybody. Me personally, I'm fortunate enough to say that I never experienced any sexual assault or sexual abuse, and I'm fortunate to say I never done that to anybody either. So
No, you just had to deal with the racism within the industry.
yeah, which I mean,
It's a whole nother conversation.
That's another conversation. We already had that interview.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, but
Point out, it doesn't seem like anyone gets out unscathed. Is all I'm saying.
yeah,
Whether it's the speak out, whether it's just general racism or blatant racism, or
and I feel bad for these women and men that went through this, and they felt like the Speak Out movement. They felt like it's finally time to speak up. Like I'm tired of holding this in. I'm tired of being scared to live my dream.
I went ahead and read a few of them. We're not going to read them here because I don't want to exploit their stories for our views.
Yeah.
So if you want to go check out the hashtag Speak Out movement and read some of the stories people are coming telling, go to Twitter, check them out. And I encourage you to. These voices need to be heard. These stories need to be heard. But we're not here to exploit those voices or those stories. So
we're not.
But we will talk on some of the wrestlers who are getting popped for this stuff.
They are. Like,
Sammy Guevara, just for his Sasha Banks comments.
Oh man, yeah, I that's really sad too. Like he's a fun guy. He likes to tell jokes and everything like that. And he thought, shock comedy was a thing.
Had this been 1996, he would have gotten away with it.
And he actually went to his YouTube vlog and everything. He publicly apologized.
No, he's talked to Sasha. They've had a conversation.
Yeah, he realized he was wrong. And because just saying something like that, I mean, I could take it. I would take that lightly.
Yeah. No, it was a tactless thing to say. He'll take his lumps, but he's probably one of those who will be eventually welcomed back because he didn't actually go out and do anything. He just made a tasteless joke.
Yeah. And
hopefully, since the person who was on the receiving end of that comment is willing to forgive him and wish him
well.
Well, not wish him well so much as they're giving him the benefit of the doubt that he can grow from this and move on and become a better person and grow and realize how to better his behavior in the future. So here's the thing, guys. With all this stuff, either you want revenge or you want what you claim to want, which is equality and happy sunshine feelings for everybody. Yeah. First of all, I don't buy that from a lot of you. A lot of not to speak out people. Let me rephrase that. Just talking, the cancel culture in general. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, I'll say this: I have seen some, like personally, that have tried to use this for their own personal vendetta and not really.
Oh no, Matt Riddle's.
Yeah, like
apparently got a stalker.
Like, which brings us to this next point. Yeah. Matt
Riddle's got apparently like, and again, I'm not trying to determine either way who's lying and who isn't. We're just talking about what has been reported.
Yes.
And someone's got to come out and accuse Matt Riddle, but Matt Riddle's lawyers have put out a statement saying that this person is just trying to harass the Riddle family, and that she's been a stalker for years, and she's using this to exploit it. And Trent Seven said, "This is this is slander, and I will be taking action for it."
Because
they've come out
because let's be honest, this happened to Enzo.
Yeah,
that happened to Enzo. Like, and the whole world trashed him and everything before.
Well, you know what? It may have been easier for him to. Maybe more people would give him the benefit of the doubt if he wasn't so skeevy.
Yeah.
Like, you look at him, you just think he looks like a walking. Look at the dude.
Oh, for sure. And then Paige's mom.
Oh yeah, the Knight family.
Yeah.
Getting some blame. Someone saying that Paige's mom kissed some underage kid. Oh, she went off on that because you'd expect him to. Like, if the Knights don't go off and run their mouth like in social media or in public without like they're not the people that are going to go grab a lawyer and be reserved. No, like we all saw fighting with my family. Like, that family's going to be outside, like, with just a bad, just cognitive.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So oh, and also Joey Ryan was let go from Impact.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not saying I don't care about the victims. I just don't care much about
Joey Ryan.
Am I good? Yeah. All right. Yeah, the dick flip thing was so stupid anyway. I've never been a fan of his.
A lot of people hated it, which I met Joey Ryan at this show, which I would not say the name of it.
Why? You can talk about it. The show didn't touch anything.
No. Well, the booker of the show is also part of that certain show. Is also part of the Speak Out movement as the accused.
Okay, well, you're not accusing him.
No. Which I don't want to give them the attention. Like,
okay, well, fair enough. If you don't want to give them attention or time,
they honestly. Like,
no one's gonna watch this anyway. That's what you're worried about.
Oh no, I'm not worried. I don't like.
My mom might watch it. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, hi, Mom. Which, I have like some personal feelings and I just feel like they don't deserve the attention, honestly.
Oh, fair enough.
But I will say this: when I met him, he was a generous guy to me. There wasn't many women there that day. But I could say he even hates. Like, it was this point where he wanted to stop doing the dick flip as well.
Good, it's stupid.
But that's what they pay him. That's what promoters and everything pay him to do. He said it was supposed to only be a one-time thing, but all of a sudden it went viral, and promoters started paying him, wanting to pay him to do it. We want to see this.
Why?
I don't know. But
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Nothing about that makes sense. Somebody grabs your pecker, and then you go, and then that hurts them somehow?
Yeah, I don't get it. And then the last one.
Maybe if you had a vagina and you stuck your hand on there and then you do that motion like you're kegling and crushing their hand or something.
I'm not going to make a comment on that.
And then the whole flip makes more sense too because you get torque on the. No? Or what if you grabbed Joey Ryan's ass and his butthole was the one making the. And then he just clenched the cheeks and the cheeks it's like two rocks kissed in the mouth of Cody did, like they said in American Dad, just. All right, well, whatever.
And then
I'm just saying, there's so much more genitalia that makes more sense than the penis for as far as gripping and flipping goes. I just pick one, just not the penis. All right.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, even Keith Lee got.
He had a story, which I'm not gonna get into the story, but it's a real sad story, which I never knew what happened to him. See, when I was training, like Keith Lee and I both trained with Killer Tim Brooks.
Yeah, you told me. Where's he from originally?
He's from Wichita Falls. But we both trained with with Killer Brooks and Walter Hatchie.
Wasn't Keith? Didn't they have Keith at NXT UK for a little bit?
Probably.
Why?
He traveled all over the world.
See, that's why I always thought that Keith. I always thought he was a European wrestler.
Yeah. No, he's a Texas boy through and through.
Oh, that's good to know.
But yeah, but I mean, I would not tell this story personally because it's online if you want to look it up. But I do want to say something personal to Keith Lee if you don't mind. Like Keith, like, look, man, I never knew that happened to you. I'm sorry that happened to you. You always got my full support, and I love you to death, man. And I hope, you already made good progress, great progress, and I see you growing. So, and thank you for speaking out. Like, really, we all need to hear that. You let a lot of the people know they're not alone on this. So, thank you so much, and I love you, man.
This is something that was long overdue with a lot of these movements.
Yeah.
It's been long overdue. People have been festering. It's been simmering for a while. So a lot of people are speaking out. And, for those of you who are using this as an attempt to, are using these things to exploit, to pay back your personal vendettas, like, grow up, you crazy sons of bitches.
Yeah, like, this is not the time for that.
Yeah.
This is not the thing to do for that.
Like, you got to realize that right now, when people are trying to actually implement some change and actually have real movements, anytime that you're doing something anytime you're lying, you're taking away.
You're just as bad as somebody who actually has done the crime. You really are.
Because, look at Amber Heard, man, and Johnny Depp.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Just saying, So, because of someone like that who was so prevalent in the beginning of the Me Too movement, ends up being the abuser themselves. Yeah. It just casts a shadow on everything.
That ruins a lot of.
You do way more damage than any of the good you ever thought of doing.
Yeah, it takes one lie to make it seem like why nobody else wants to come out and tell their story. Because hey, if this person lied too, or something like that.
So.
And it really tears me to shreds. It really does, man.
Anyway, last word on it. If you're someone out there who is afraid to speak out, man, you ain't alone now.
You're not alone. And I will actually say this as well. Like, if you're afraid to speak out, you can contact me on Facebook or Twitter. I'll speak out for you. You'll never be known. I'll keep you anonymous. Like, cause that's what I've been doing lately for some of these victims who are afraid to speak out. It's not just have their horrible. It's other people on there that's willing to speak out for someone that wants to remain anonymous. For some reason, like 1, 2, 3 people just say, "Hey, can you do this for me since you feel so strongly about this?" And I said, I'll see what I can do.
Well, there's no real good way to make a transition from this story to something else because this is very heavy.
It is.
Oh, is there anything else you want to say about the Speak Out movement? I don't. We've tried to keep this stuff entertaining, but I don't want you to feel that we feel flippantly about any of this stuff like that.
I think we said all we need to say, partner.
Just don't ever think that I always try and play devil's advocate, but I don't want people to think I'm over here trying to advocate for the abusers or anything like that either. No. I only advocate for reason in any circumstance.
Yes.
I don't want to lynch anybody unnecessarily, and I also don't want to. In saying that, I also don't want to be the person that anytime a woman comes forward, this happened to me, this happened to me, like, well, you just settle down there until we figure. Let us sort this out. Like, no, I get it, man. You gotta have empathy from the get. You gotta have compassion and the willingness to hear everything out from beginning to end. But again, we can't abandon reason and just the hashtag believe all females. It's like, well, I'll believe all females who are telling the truth. Like, I'll believe all males who are telling the truth. Like, I'll believe anyone who's telling the truth. But sorting through that truth sometimes it's easier and sometimes it's not.
Exactly. All right. Next. Yeah, because it's getting really sad.
Yeah, let's lighten this up a little bit with Taker not wanting any more matches because that's exciting and happy.
Didn't we talk about this already? Or
we talked about the Taker running off into the sunset, but this is he actually said, he had the quote. Was on the, I guess it was on the documentary saying, it's time for him to ride out into the little cowboy going into the sunset, and there's not much better ways to go out than the way he did with. And he really was. It was kind of the match itself was almost a loving tribute to the Undertaker with the pyrotechnics and everything up there. Because in kayfabe, that means Undertaker showed up before AJ Styles and then we got there and set up his lights and stuff, then left on his bike and was like, all right, let me wait for them to get there. I would tell you something else I noticed about the Boneyard match was like, just how misty it was, and like how misty it was at the Wyatt compound and how misty it was at the the Hardy compound.
These are dark sticks and all that. So
I'm just saying that the WWE loves their fog machine.
Yeah, they do.
Like it's like a Lon Chaney movie every time I watch them do one of those background movies or something, man. All right. I guess we need to talk a lot about Taker earlier when we were talking about the tribute. Yeah. But I mean, there's not a whole lot left to say. It's just it's sad. It's sad to see him want to go, but
it's a happy but sad moment at the same time.
Bittersweet.
Yeah, like a very bittersweet moment because Taker earned it. The Undertaker earned it. Like
he earned, in my opinion, and the greatest compliment we can give him is because I always figured the Undertaker wanted to go on his back because that's the way old guys go. That's the way classic they go on their back, give it to the next guy. This all sounds terrible out of context, doesn't it? Goes out on their back, giving it to the next guy.
Yeah, do the honorable thing and put the next guy over.
Like Flair did. Flair went out to
Michaels.
Great moment too. Probably one of the best moments in wrestling history in the last decade or so. Or was that more than a decade ago? God, it's been so long. I'm old. But Taker getting go out with a victory and then right off to the sunset, I think was appropriate for that character, and there are very few other characters that it would be appropriate for.
Okay.
All right. So the Wednesday Night War.
AEW and NXT.
This is something you wanted to talk about. Take it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the numbers don't do it justice. I mean, like the report numbers are, for the average viewers, over 600,000 viewers for AEW, and over 700,000 for NXT. But the thing is, like, these are both great shows, man. They're both great shows, great talent, and both productions are doing the best they can with what they have.
Oh, it's just sad because there's YouTube channels that pull in more views than.
Their YouTube channels do pull in more views. Like AEW Dark, like people watch that, and then, there's people who got Hulu that watches NXT.
I just think we're changing how we consume media. We don't really need networks. You don't really need to put stuff on the network anymore. Like the WWE just wrote a deal with Netflix or Hulu when they were just doing all their content was going straight to that.
Yeah,
they need to dump their. Stop trying to do their own streaming network and just go get them with one of the other ones.
Cause that's how I look at these now. Like I watch AEW on Wednesday night, and then Thursday night I do NXT. Just because like I don't see AEW anywhere else. Like, well, I have Hulu, so I'm gonna put it to use anyway, and. Like I said, both shows are good. They're still trying to keep their system going with AEW, especially, and they're bringing in more of the indie talent from AEW the more popular indie talent than what you'll see in WWE. Like, if you see a popular indie talent in WWE, they have to go through the Performance Center first.
Well, they're just there. They're only there so they're not making money elsewhere, and the WWE is going to piss on them and then be done with them like they do with everybody else. It used to be one of those like, man, I can't wait till this guy gets in the WWE with all the dream matches we could see, and now it's like, oh dear God, I hope he never shows up in the WWE and ruins his career. Like, I wanted so badly to see Marty Scurll versus Bray Wyatt, or one of those creepy guys, or him versus Aleister
That's why
Black
it's
at
called a
WWE.
dream match.
I would have loved to have seen that, but now I hope that the villain goes nowhere near it. I hope he goes nowhere near the WWE. I hope he goes. I know he's doing the ROH thing, but I wish he would go to AEW with his buddies and just be done with it. But it is what it is. All right. Charlotte Flair's injury.
Well, Charlotte Flair injury.
She's having a surgery. I don't know if it's necessarily just an injury or just a planned
Well,
surgery. Planned surgery.
I would say this. It's an actual injury. Like,
Well, yeah, you don't get surgery unless you're injured. You don't do it for funsies.
But
unless you're having, elective surgery, which I guess.
Yeah, which
Vince
honestly
McMahon
she
requires
needs
eventually.
it. Honestly, she needs it. She honestly she works her butt off. She really does. So,
all right. Well,
she needs a break.
Godspeed and good. Get some rest.
Yes.
And we'll hopefully you can pull a Roman Reigns after his cancer or his.
She deserves a break. Yeah, she deserves a break.
Come back with more fanfare. People, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and we need a little more Charlotte absence to make our heart grow fonder for her again. I feel.
We don't want that to happen.
So Renee Young getting the Takati bug.
Oh yeah, that thing. That's why I'm gonna call it that thing.
That thing.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah. Well wishes to Renee Young and
they pulled Moxley from a few matches.
which I understand. That's his wife. They're close together. So.
I mean, they didn't pull him. He pulled himself.
Either way.
But I understand.
Point is, he's not there.
Yeah.
He's at home with the wife.
But I do understand. Much as I like to see Moxley and Cage go at it, it's something more important than wrestling, that's in his life that needs help right now.
Well, I think it's more like, they're going to handle it fine. That's fine. But, I know that a lot of the wrestlers, they were saying that many of the wrestlers were kind of, upset with how the WWE kind of handled the situation, not really telling people, think a lot of them found out through social media when Renee Young announced it herself. So, I mean, they're not really keeping their talent informed. Like, hey, someone you probably see and came in close contact with got sick, so, check that, check yourself out.
Yep.
They're trying everything they can to not stop production. And it's like eventually more and more people are going to pull Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns and go, no, I'm not
coming.
I'm not leaving the house.
I'm trying to be safe here.
But unfortunately, if you're not a Kevin Owens or Roman Reigns, you don't have the clout to pull that and have it be okay. So your health is basically is directly proportional to how much they value your talent.
Yeah.
So.
Which is equal to how much work yourself.
Oh yeah, there's a direct dollar amount related to that. It's not a hard equation to figure out.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, man. Well, that's all I had tonight. What about you?
Oh yeah, that's definitely all I had tonight. Yeah.
Well, I am getting dry. I'm dry again. How did that happen? Why is the alcohol always gone? So the alcohol is gone, the notes are gone, and now we're gone.